Does that mean we're going outside now? No, I did not. We're just going through our doors.
We're back in that other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
Something feels off about it.
Look! Everything's upside down!
The furnishings are, at least. No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
So what was once down is now up, and vice versa.
Wait, is
I
it?
suppose the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
I didn't even realize. Doesn't look like it. Let's go. Good thing I activated that. Oh, I see. Huh. Interesting. Is there anything else around here? Ooh, mysterious fragment. Alright, let us continue.
I guess this is the flip side of that pathway we were walking on just a little while ago.
This is crazy. Who knew such amazing technology existed?
Everything's topsy-turvy and that's all you can think about?
Bear in mind, the core of Rena now sits above us. I pray that we won't encounter many stairs along the way.
You're a pain. You're a pain, bro. You're a pain. I have to fight you, don't I? Boy, boy. It's gonna be like this for a little bit, isn't it? Make sure I got everything I need.
This one's tough.
This one is indeed tough.
Flaming thrust.
Being interrupted.
This is gonna need all of us together!
Rising freedom.
Go for the weak point!
Ah!
Water, here everyone!
Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
Raging Cascade!
Oh!
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
Energy of lightning!
I'm poisoned.
Go!
escape me!
Eat dirt!
Down on the ground!
Am I even hitting its weak spot? Or is it does not have a weak spot right now?
Try harder! My turn! Soda! Soda! I owe you one! Soda! Soda! Here I come!
Benediction light.
Lightning thrust! Soda!
Interesting.
Take this!
It's on! Soda!
Resonate with
Oh god. Not the poison.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Soda! Ignite! Take it!
elusive deity! The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible. Elusive deity!
Rising Phoenix!
It's weakened.
This in an instant! Impact Block!
So I still had room to grow.
Indeed, we all do. I'm gonna use some of these apple bills. It's gonna be one of those, another one of those. Cutscene.
What are those? They look like Shion's thorns, and with flowers too.
Not real ones, though. They're just like that flower growing out of Rena.
We must be getting close to the Great Spirit now.
Hey, Rinwell, what was that thing you said about how a little bit of Dana's Great Spirit is inside all of us?
Right. That's why Dana's Great Spirit is so much more diluted. Weak, even. Whether it was a choice so it didn't overpower others, or just the way it is anyone's guess.
If that's true, then wouldn't it mean Dana's will could never form under natural conditions?
Yeah, sounds like that's probably the case.
So if Dana exists within all of us, then what if something occurred that brought everyone's hearts and minds together as one? That unity could potentially act as Dana's will.
You mean if everybody was, like, thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time? Come on, there's no way we could pull that off.
I know it's a long shot, but it might work.
Let's assume that's even possible for a second. Would it even be enough to fight back against Rena's Great Spirit?
If nothing else, it might be an option if we can't use the Renasolma.
Things are different here than on the surface.
That shows how deeply we've ventured into Rena.
And how close we've come to the real enemy.
So here's a question. We came all this way to Rena on the assumption the Renasolma's here, right?
Just don't say it, Law.
Yeah, but I'm just saying...
I said don't.
I can understand why you might be concerned, Law. But you need to remember that there are people it affects more directly than you.
Oh, sorry.
We've managed to make it this far believing. Losing faith now won't do us any good. We're better off focusing our anxiety elsewhere.
Such as?
The Great Spirit. If Hevrecht 35's to be believed, our enemy won't just be handing over the Renasolma to us. At least, not without a fight.
Not without a fight.
Not only that, But that same enemy just gulped down more than an entire world's worth of astral energy.
Point taken. It may be strange to say, but when I'm fighting, or at least know what needs to be done, it helps me a lot. I don't doubt myself as much. So thanks, both of you.
With age comes wisdom. Please tell me this is Alpha thing.
The floor's on the ceiling and the ceiling's on the floor. This whole thing's making my head spin. Why would they even do something like this?
The Helganquil can bend life forms to suit their will. Nothing they could do at this point would surprise me.
The ceiling is on the floor. That doesn't weird you out?
What good is a team made up of members who all share the same opinions on everything? And besides, when you get to be at my ripe old age, one begins to consider it quite uncouth to show one's true emotions at times.
Oh, come on, Grandpa. You can't be that.
How old is he?
The sands of time wait for none of us, lad.
Yeah, we'll see. Though at this rate, I guess I'll have to live long enough to get as old as you first, huh?
You will. And when the time comes, I look forward to hearing you change your tune on the matter.
No, what is that? Slip past y'all. Adios. You guys are a pain in the butt. Let me in. I have to go the other way. Son of a... Let me through. This guy's a pain in the butt right now. Let's get past y'all. Ooh, that was close. Let me be, let me be, let me be, let me be. Ooh, that was close. Can't go through. Son of a... No way that caught me!
This one will be difficult to predict.
What the heck? Oh my lord. I kinda wanna flee. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to fight these two guys are gonna be a pain in the ass.
Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal.
These guys Mystic
This looks
Crest.
nice and tough.
Wait a minute. Oh, it has to be forged though. But now that I have it. Huh? What kind of freaking thing is that, brother? What? You telling me that's the Mystic Crest? That's crazy. Casting time 20%. That is crazy. Low key, both her and even Dolan could actually. Oh, I'm out. I was about to say, if y'all caught me off of that, I'm gonna lose my mind. Deus. Deus, muchachos. Ah, it's another elevator, bro.
I've got a really bad feeling about this. Glacial Spear. They may look cute and stuff, but they're bigger.
Not
Flying freak! What if they just sit still?
Xion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Dragon Swarm!
Bizarre! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
That one got it off.
My turn!
Whoa,
Mirage! Here I come!
This is in the sky. This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Elvin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you!
I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Thunder Blade!
More Sukos?
Keep calm and take them down!
I'm ready!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Glacial Spear! Pierce
No
evil!
escape! Be still! Strike! Lunarongo! Mirage! You're mine!
I'm ready!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Not more! Dragon Swarm!
Thunderblade!
Can you take it?
Illuminate the dark!
Eat
Death
them!
from the wind! The enemy wields us too.
We'll soon see about that!
I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Thunder Blade!
Illuminate the dark!
I'm not done!
Holy
Mirage!
I'm ready!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Illuminate the dark!
Here I come! No escape! Mirage! Be still! Stardust! Rising Phoenix!
Lightning!
Here I come! Swallow Blade! It's time! I'm not done! Take this! Dazzle! Here I come! No escape! Lunarongo! Mirage! I'm not done! This is bad, right?
Yes, Alvin! Very bad!
I don't feel so good.
Illuminate the dark!
Mirage! It's over! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm!
Wailing down the
You're mine! No escape!
Ay!
Burn in hell! My turn! More? It's over! Here I come! Flash! Swallow Blade!
Now! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Let's go.
The heavens must be smiling.
Sheesh. It must be. How many floors are these gonna be? That's a better question. Literally descending into madness out here. Especially when there's no checkpoint. This checkpoint was a long way ago now. Oh, hello. Oh, wait, sir. Nice. There's a star up there. This guy's gonna be a pain in the behind. Get around. I'm not fighting that, man. That's a suicide. Trying to fight that man is just all kinds of problems. What is this? Can I get past on this better question? Y'all don't see me. Y'all don't see me. Y'all don't see me. Y'all don't see me. Adios. Stamina ring.
This'll make us even more formidable.
Even more formidable. Just gonna, you know, bypass you, big dog. Time to climb up. Oh, woo! What the heck happened there, dude? Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, bro, what was that?
Won't be easy.
That's complete another
Don't be
horse.
such a pessimist. I'm going to need to use all the powers of my
I literally
weak point.
the terrain. It's the terrain. 100% the terrain. Literally screwed me up. so mad at that.
The Zoogles here are putting up a real fight.
That just goes to show how important this place is.
Or perhaps they simply thrived freely here under such harsh conditions.
I don't give a damn why they're here. We'll burn it all to the ground.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah, it's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge. It's almost as though I can understand what Rena's will is thinking.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane? Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
Oh shit.
There was only meant to be one world. And your goal is to make them one. Is this fear? What just happened?
Are you all right? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed!
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
I'm sorry. I really, really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants. How it feels. Rena's Great Spirit wants to complete the world.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world. But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
What do you mean, one world? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared. But it's not scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted. Like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with. At the very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only darkness and light can be found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renis Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all 6. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
That sounds a lot like Shion's thorns, doesn't it? The whole reason the Great Spirit is trying to unite Dana and Rena into one world is in order to save itself. And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Shion.
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this mess up before it gets out of hand.
Still, even if the current state of the world is wrong like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been, there'd be no Dana and no Rena, no masters or slaves, no lords, no crown contest, maybe just peace.
Absolute insanity.
To think, all this started because of the Great Spirit's desire to keep living. The only reason it craves energy is because it's dying from starvation. When you think about it like that, maybe the things it's done aren't so strange after all.
If Rena had been more like Dana, things would have worked out a whole lot better.
It's like Hevrecht 35 told us. The Danan and Renan spirits are meant to be completely different beings.
Rena's energy amassing in one place led to its developing a powerful will. But that also made it crave energy, sapping Rena dry until it perished.
Whereas Dana's energy is dispersed, meaning its will never developed to the same extent. And without that hunger, Dana the planet was spared.
As for which is correct, well, I'm not sure it's our place to even say. Still, I can't help but think it reminds me a lot of the dichotomy of the human condition.
Dichotomy? What do you mean?
Those who know not satisfaction are driven to keep devouring without limit. But those who are content with their lot in life rarely fulfill their potential. I imagine it's likely that the larger Rena's great spirit grew, the more and more powerful its hunger also became.
Everything in moderation. When all's said and done, maybe that's the hardest thing for people to learn.